Okay guys, I was going to try to, I had it outside clamped up, I had that clamped, and I didn't have enough space for my router base, so I had to put screws in it. So then I thought, you know, why don't I drill a bunch of holes if I got a drill bit I can use to relieve some of this wood so the router bit won't have to work so hard. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. Drill like 2 or 3 holes here, and then however many I can get in here. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. Okay guys, that's what I used to drill at that Forstner bit. It's the only Forstner bit I got. Anyway, I relieved a bunch of it. So now it's outside to router it. Show you that. This is what's going on. I got this clamped to the table, and this is my router. This router I've had for, I don't know, 45 years, maybe longer. Yeah, at least 45 years. It's a Black & Decker. This thing has really done me good. Anyway, I bought some brand new bits. Just got them a couple days ago. They got a roller here, and that roller will ride along the template. And I bought a set of them. That is like a half inch tall, and then 3/4, and then up to like an inch or so, or a little longer than an inch. So I'll start with this one, then probably have to change. But let's see what she does. Okay, see what happens. Okay, I don't know if I should have even bothered putting all them holes in there. Caused it to kind of chip a lot of it out. I still have some in the bottom left. Gotta get this one too. That's what we got. So far. So, see if I can finish it up. Okay guys, I put the second router bit in so I could get it a little deeper, and I've got it probably 720 thousandths deep, which is pretty much what I wanted. I want anywhere between 700 and 750. That'll leave roughly a 1/4 inch sticking out above this surface. Got my pickup routed out. It chipped a little bit right here. I don't know if them holes were a good idea. I probably won't do that again. Oh well, you live and learn, right? Okay, I guess the next step will be take that off, and then I can cut the outline of this guitar. I don't think I need the remainder stock for anything else. Hi guys, got one more little part to add to this video. I'm bad about doing that, I know. Man, I am filthy. Got that mahogany dust all over me, up my nose. But I enjoy doing this. This is fun. Dirty, I need to go in the house, take a shower. It's hot outside. It's like, I know it's 90. It's got to be 90 or more. Plus, I don't know what the heat index is. It's humid. Anyway, here's what I got, guys. Because it's starting to look somewhat more like a lap steel guitar now. So And of course this pickup is, I've got another vintage pickup and I really like the sound of them. I've got it, might as well use it. That's going to go there. You know, I got to sharpen them corners right in here so these fit in there. And that'll go, you know, there. And then I'll have the neck. I'll glue it in here. Yeah, I was thinking about just bolting it in to where I could remove it, but why? I'll just glue it in. And I'll have to router out at some point something for the controls in here. I very well might just do that over there on the mill. Yeah, I think I might. Anyway, this is what I got. So, and 25 inches is here. That's the scale, and the neck will start over in here. I'll have to cut about that much of this off right here. And see, this guitar is almost 2 inches, 1 inch 950. So it'll be a lot more rigid than my other. My other one was less than 1 inch thick, like 950 or something like that. And it can, you know, you tighten the strings, it bows a little bit, I'm pretty sure. This shouldn't do that. Well, I just wanted to add that to this video. I got to go in the house, take a shower. I'm filthy. So we'll see you on the next one. Bye.